Thank you. Everybody's lined up to say
everybody to
Say hello. You're a very special man. Hey, aren't you? You're a very special man here. Okay, we'll talk to you later on. Glad you're wearing it.
Right, I need
Okay.
I don't expect you. You're looking well.
Yeah, so are you. You're looking younger every day.
Well, that's because I'm...
granddaughter.
Yeah, that's
Dave, this is Annalise. You and Mecca. He's my little one.
Hello, Annalise. Can I give you a hug? Emily. Emily.
I've got my hair down. I know, isn't he great? I've got your gifts. I'm going to go put them on the table for you.
They love going over there. They ride their bikes on his driveway. I'm Ben. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi, Ali. Nice to meet you, Ben. Oh, yeah. Ah, great hat.
Hit the century.
Okay! Do I get a Bradman bat?
Reckon.
Did someone bring one? Plenty of room for a bit of cricket here.
I want to hit you.
I love the other. We have to have humour in life, don't we? People keep reminding me that, especially the last few weeks. Now, back to Dad, you hit the century. You kept saying to us all that you'd like to make it to the 100 mark. Well, when your feet hit the floor this morning, I'm sure you knew it was a good day. The outpouring of respect, appreciation, and the attendance here today speaks for itself. We are all here to celebrate this most remarkable man and his determination of achieving this most magnificent milestone that only a rare few accomplish. Just keep going. A few apologies of attendance and best wishes from those that are unable to be here with us today, and a few extra that I don't have written because I was about to. The committee of the 2nd Australian Machine Gun Battalion, 9th Division. Ian and Faye, who are in Darwin, travelling with their 2 dogs. He rang you this morning, Dad. Robin Thompson, from what number Backer Drive is she? Robin. Oh, where's the poster? He knows the numbers. Right. So, Dad, Robin Thompson, from what number was it, Graham? 93 Backer Drive. As we speak, she is literally hiking in Africa. Sylvia and Trevor, unfortunately, just got sick the other day. Joy from Armidale. She's come to every one of your birthday parties who we met at St Joseph's Care, where Mum was. She's terribly sorry something's come up in Sydney. Your eldest son Guy and wife Rhonda, who have sent a letter to be read out to you from... Are you doing that? Yeah, Greg's doing that. So, special thanks to everyone who has contributed in bringing this day together for all of us to enjoy. That's better. Right. Now, as we all know, Dad is an ex-serviceman who served in World War II with the 2nd Australian Machine Gun Battalion, 9th Division. Recently, I was contacted, and by the way, he is last man standing. Recently, I was contacted by the Minister of DVA office requesting his consent to partake in various interviews, features, and the 100th project, we're still to do that, Dad, program, to share in some of the history of his life and his time of service. We didn't have a dress rehearsal, so... Today, being his 100th birthday, there is a feature on Dad on the DVA Minister's Facebook page, Matt Keogh. So you can look that up, and there's a nice feature of him today, which... In addition, there is also an interview of Dad's war service and life on a YouTube. It's now been made public. David Martin Remembers. It was created by a dear friend of mine a few years ago who happens to be attending today from Brisbane. Special thanks to you, Leslie, for your interest in Dad and creating this very interesting documentary, and also helping with our last minute PowerPoint presentation. For those who are interested in watching the interview details, the link are on the display table. Now, Greg will read out warm wishes from our eldest brother and wife who are unable to attend.
Thank you, everyone. Is this thing on? Yes. This is from my brother Guy. For those that don't know me, I am Dad's oldest son, Guy. Due to complications with Parkinson's disease and dementia, and travelling a distance from North Gosford, I am unable to attend Dad's 100th birthday celebrations. Along with my wife Rhonda, we wish to send our best wishes to you, Dad. It isn't every day that someone turns a century old. What an amazing milestone. What an amazing milestone. We are so glad you are one of the lucky few. It is such a blessing to have you in our lives. Dad has been and continues to be an inspiration. Rhonda and I thank Kay and Greg for organising Dad's celebration and hosting the party. Thank you to everyone near and far for attending Dad's 100th birthday. Dad, we are so pleased you are surrounded by family and friends on this wonderful occasion.
Thank you.
Reminisce and laugh about the good old days. Share with the young your lifetime of wisdom. Enjoy the day. Sending our love, Guy and Rhonda. Thank you.
We're doing the shuffle. I think you've got to hold it really close. Okay. So, Dad.
Yes. Shall I come over
No,
there?
not yet. I'm just, okay. This is from Renee, Guy and Rhonda's daughter, your granddaughter. Now, dear Pop, when I told your great-grandchildren, Javan, Isaac and Elijah, of your turning 100 years young, they looked at me in shock and awe. Isaac said, "Wait, what? 100? Wow!" Elijah asked, "How did he do that?" Siobhan answered with, "I think he's half tortoise." They they live forever like that. I told them Javan is right. Pop is like a tortoise. Pop, you taught us how to construct things like stilts and to balance on them. You taught us how to enjoy the outdoors and explore. You taught us fun things like kayaking, and the boring things like cricket ended up being fun. You taught us about being active through doing long walks. You taught us about the importance of healthy meals. And you taught us about the value of lending a hand and helping each other.
And I taught us how to swim.
Oh, love it. Indeed. I treasure each and everything you taught us, Pop. Happy 100th birthday. What an incredible milestone. May you enjoy your birthday cake, if it survives, or the candles. Best wishes, Renee, Ben, Javan, Isaac, and Elijah. Dad, now it is time for you to come and read out your speech.
I think I can make that around there all right.
Now, this
I've got
podium,
some help.
the podium seems to be quite stable. Don't mind me.
Well,
I'm just going to share a
I
little
won't
story.
knock it off. I won't
of what-
knock it off the shelf.
Right. I didn't put that video on there. There was a year at Anzacs. Dad, as we know, at every birthday occasion, and especially Anzacs, now he's last man standing, he stood up, to stand up a bit like on this podium, leant on the podium, and the podium started going, and oh gee, that was a disaster waiting to happen, but he survived it. Don't mind me, I won't waffle.
That's all you do.
I'm adding the humour, because everyone this last few weeks has had humour. So this is yours. Now we've got the glasses on. Oh, this morning he couldn't find his glasses. That set me back 10 minutes. It's okay, we found them. I was onto it. Dad. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is
The old bloke Dave Martin.
I don't know that he needs this microphone. Go for it, Dad.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, here we are gathered once again in the most friendly manner to celebrate the occasion of my 100th year birthday. When I woke up this morning and my feet hit the floor, I said to myself aloud, I made it to 100. It's a good day. Gee, looking around this room today, it's quite amazing to know so many people, but it seems I do. There are people here from my neighbourhood, the men's group, friendships formed from the year now my late wife was in St Joseph's Care Home, ladies from RSL Life Care who assist me in my home. There are the crew from the Bonneville Servo. I would like to give a special thanks to Adam, who has been helped me most over the last few years, and to Wendy and Georgie who work there. There are family members, some who have travelled from far away. There are friends of Greg's, my son, and Kay, my daughter, who would have come to know over the years. Finally, there are people from the wider community with whom I'm associated. I must not forget Dr. Jeremy Allen and his family, with whom I got to know from the first year here and being here today. If there is anyone else I've omitted to mention, please accept my apologies and thank you for your attendances. I did not realise when someone turns 100 years, you receive lots of acknowledgements and correspondence from local, state and national authorities, and these last few weeks Howie the Postie has visited me continuously. I have received cards, certificates from Pat Conahan, Gurmish Singh, Matt Keogh, the Minister for Veterans Affairs, Chris Minns, the Premier of New South Wales, Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia, Margaret Beazley, Governor of New South Wales, Samantha Mostyn, the newly appointed Governor-General of Australia, and finally, the Honourable King George III, or perhaps Charlie and Camilla. He has offered to come out and mow my grass in the summer. I would like to thank my daughter Kay and my son Greg, who together have organised this gathering to celebrate my 100th birthday. Also a big thank you to the Sawtill RSL Club and their amazing staff who have helped to make this function happen. A special mention to Alison. People often ask, what is your secret to your longevity? Quite frankly, it's a mystery. However, maintaining a friendly, positive attitude, take each day as it comes, remain active and enjoy life. Every day is a good day. Some are better than others. Thank you one and all. I do appreciate your attendance. Please enjoy yourselves with our best wishes. Grace and respect. Wacko, wacko. Thank you all. Thank you.
Well done, Dad.
Thank you, Kate.
Now, Dad,
Yes, Kate. I can hear you.
I'm not going to tell you what to do right now.
Oh, that'll be strange.
Oh, gee. Let's get on with it. Okay, like I said, if it wasn't for the last hour, nothing would get done. Put this together. Dad, you have always said to me that you are an ordinary man. And you never understood what all the fuss is about. But standing here today, in front of everyone, we can all see the extraordinary within the ordinary. Now, I could talk for hours of all the different ways your values have influenced me throughout my life. But I'll do my best to keep it short, because we all know I can literally talk underwater. Speaking of water, this brings me to some of my fondest childhood memories. Our backyard pool. We were the only family in the neighbourhood with a pool, which of course attracted all the kids. I'm sure this is where my love of swimming began. You were always a good provider for the family, working away at times with your travelling sales repping job. We always look forward to those Thursday nights when you'd arrive back home. The values you have lived by have not only influenced us, your family, but also those who have come to know and love you for the wonderful man you are. Determined, strong, thoughtful, kind and caring, with always a cheerful, positive attitude, a cheeky disposition, and indeed, a true gentleman. You have always offered sound advice, which brings me to a poem you recited to me one night at this very club whilst having dinner. I found it recently on a serviette that I scribbled on to keep as a reminder. Life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone: kindness in another's trouble and courage in your own. And that, I looked it up, was by
Adam Lindsay Gordon.
There you go. Adam Lindsay Gordon, 1833 to 70. He's an Australian poet, so you learn something new every day. So, on closing, if each and every one of us took a page out of your book and lived by the values you stand for, the world would most certainly be a better place. You are my true life hero, a long life lived with much wisdom and experience to share. Happy 100th birthday, Dad. Enjoy your special day.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Now, over to Greg for a very comprehensive, detailed history. It's been an interesting, mad living now. It's been a really interesting couple of weeks. Gathering information, going through thousands of photographs. I had something else written in my speech, but I just couldn't get to it at 3 a.m. this morning to do with this, but you get the gist. It's uncovered so much beautiful, beautiful things, and also bringing family together that have also sometimes not met. It's just been a mammoth day for which I'm just so proud to be standing here as David's talkative daughter. Over to Greg.
Now, I'm going to try and give you a bit of a history, but how to use one concise 100 years of life down to 10 minutes or thereabouts.
Can you hear Greg up the back?
Only just.
Right, so, thank you.
David Cecil Martin was born on this day, 1924, 100 years ago, in Chatswood, Sydney. To parents Cecil George and Daisy Gertrude Martin. Lived in 617 Mowbray Road, Westlake Cove. He had 3 siblings, an older brother Richard, now deceased for about 12 years. Younger sister Rita still lives in Brogo, New South Wales, South Coast. And the youngest brother, John, deceased some years ago at age 42, lived in Windsor. David's schooling was at Artarmon and Crow's Nest. Walking was the only mode of transport. His mother Daisy would walk with the children all the way up Mowbray Road to Chatswood for shopping, and obviously back. It's about 5 k's one trip and return. He started work at age 15 with Warburton and Frankie Electrical, then to Schaefer's and Co., which was a men's toiletries manufacturer. So you know the brand Old Spice?
Yes.
Which was in Clarence Street, Sydney. And he worked in their warehouse. In 1942, at age 18, he enlisted in the army. Training at Albury in New South Wales, Canungra on the Gold Coast hinterland, and jungle training in far north Queensland at Ravenshoe on the Atherton Tablelands. He served with the 2nd Machine Gun Battalion, 9th Division, 2nd AIF, till after the Japanese surrender, which was in 1945. Army service ended in 46. He served in British North Borneo, which is now Malaysian Borneo. Landed on Labuan Island, Brunei Bay, and after the surrender in Papua New Guinea, in Rabaul, on the island of New Ireland, in a restoration and clean-up role post-war, till July 1946. So active service approximately a year and a half, and overall service over 4 years. When he returned, he resumed work with Schaefer and Co. He became a sales representative and would call on chemist stores, obtaining orders for company products. Modes of transport then were walking, trains and trams. He met his wife-to-be, Margaret Nanette Rombay, as they pronounced it, or she pronounced it, but it's spelt Lambert. And Nan, as she is known. And they married in 1950. They were able to purchase a bush block of land, quarter acre at Mount Colah, north of Hornsby, out in the sticks, they called it. They paid £70, saved via war service pay, and salaries topped up by his employer, Schaefer's, while in the service. They would ride their push bikes from Chatswood and Lane Cove to Mount Colah to build the house, with friends' assistance. They had 2 boys, my older brother Guy, 1956, myself, 1959, and later adopted a daughter, Kay, born in 1967. Dad's war service was very formative, and Anzac Day became the biggest day on his calendar. Much to the growing distress of his wife, Nan, as her birthday was the day before and overshadowed her special day. Dad always goes to the Sydney Anzac Day March, and we still do, to pay respect to all former personnel and comrades. Now, at this stage, I'd like to read a poem which may help us reflect on the importance of this day. And this is a poem that's called Mates. It's by Duncan Harold Butler. I've travelled down some lonely roads, both crooked tracks and straight, And I've learned life's noblest creed, summed up in one word: mate. I'm thinking back across the years, the thing I do with mate, and this word sticks between the ears. You've got to have a mate. Someone who'll take you as you are, regardless of your state, and stand as firm as rock, because he's your mate. My mind goes back to 43, to slavery and 8, when man's one chance to stay alive depended on his mate. With bamboo for a billy can and bamboo for a plate, a bamboo paradise for bugs was bed for me and mate. I could slip and slither through the mud and curse your rotten fate, but then you'd hear a quiet word: don't drop your bundle, mate. And though it's so long ago, the truth I have to state, a man don't know what lonely means till he has lost his mate. If there's a life that follows this, if there's a golden gate, the welcome that I want to hear is just good on you, mate. And so to all who ask us why we keep these special dates, like Anzac Day, I answer why. We're thinking of our mates. And when I've left the driver's seat and handed in me plates, I'll tell old Peter at the door, I've come to join me mates. Maybe that gives you a bit of an understanding of how embedded this day of Anzac Day is in all our personnel, service personnel. In my memory, Dad always worked, usually as a travelling salesman calling on chemist stores across the state of New South Wales. Getting sales orders for Schaefer & Co. He performed this role for a few other companies, Yardley and Menon. Obviously now with a company car. He transitioned through selling leather goods, wallets, bags, etc. The only time he was unemployed, he trained for and obtained a taxi licence. I would test him of evenings, as they, the drivers, had to know all possible routes and deviations to everywhere in the city and suburbs. No such thing as Google Maps. He returned to travelling sales positions, and we would track his journeys on a map of New South Wales, his various and numerous sales routes. He would often work weekends as well, selling house builds from various display and specky house builders. In new estates being developed, we would go and visit and inspect as well. Nan, or Mum, had the family household chores, and Dad was the breadwinner. Mum retrained, while Kay was still young, as a secretary via a night school TAFE. And I often prepped, cooked, served dinner for Dad, Kay, and Guy if he was there, although he was working by that time, and he was off chasing girls. Dad retrained for a sales position with Thorn Lighting. For many years, 20 I believe, until being forced to retire from Thorn. But was snapped up by a company called Minitronics, who specialised in emergency lighting. As a salesman, as he had expert knowledge and contacts within all the possible electrical outlets. He even had a sider, an offsider, a trainee, a bloke called Mario Finette, a very good rugby league football player and captain for South Sydney in the 80s and 90s. Mario would refer to Dad as Mr. Martin or even Sir. Dad took Mario one day to lunch at the North Sydney RSL, at the North Sydney Leagues Club. Dad was a member. As they walked in between the bowling greens, patrons called out, "Hey Mario, you're in the wrong club." Dad was finally forced to retire, aged about 76, 77. During this pre-20 years of that, Nan was employed as a personal secretary to a manager at North Ryde Hospital. So they were financially stable. They had owned from time to time alternate blocks of land up the coast. Initially one at Port Macquarie and then separately one at Byron Bay. I remember going on holidays to Lac Cat Eye once. Kay was 4. We took a mower, folded up in the back. We'd located the block. It was on Transit Hill, which overlooks Port Macquarie from the south. It was all overgrown, head high. But somehow, with the mower and some hand tools, managed to clear it as best as he and we could. Never say never. And he's still on that mower, or although be it a better one, cutting the grass at Bonneville. Later they sold the Byron block and it was cleared when necessary via hiring a slasher after that lesson was learned. As Kay said, we grew up with a backyard in-ground pool. I was 4 at its inauguration on Mum, and this was instilled on Mum's insistence of must keep the boys healthy and to stop the need to drive to the beaches. There were always additions, paving pathways around the pool. We were proficient at mixing, shoveling, barrowing of concrete. On one of Dad's few Sundays off, he was laying bricks for a supporting concrete slab around the pool. It was 40 plus degrees. One of those hot northwest winds blowing in. I took him some water. He was sweating like a trooper. Flies buzzing around, swarming around him, in his eyes, in his face, in his nose, mouth jammed shut, because you have to keep the flaming flies out. But he stuck at it and persevered through. We concreted that deck, he and I, barring concrete from agitators delivering ready mix. I moved north to Moonee Beach in '82. They had sold their blocks of land through the years and eventually bought a holiday house looking over Smith's Lake, with views over the lake, sandbar, out over the ocean, and to Seal Rock's lighthouse. It was beautiful. They had surf skis, and they would explore the lake and surrounds, hire out sailing catamarans, etc. We, Kay and Guy, with our families, would meet them there to catch up with them and the grandkids, but be able to say goodbye and recover sanity. I also was a an owner-builder. Knowing my parents had done this, Dad was still in the lighting game and secured many items via his network of contacts. Everything from cabling, conduits, switches, fixes, fittings, lights, and even came good with a loan to help me get the roof on and downstairs to lock up only. Had the essentials, toilet, shower, kitchenette, etc. Progress for me was slow. They would often come and stay, as would Kay, enjoy Christmas, lunches at the Mooney Foreshores Reserve, where we were all embraced by a sense of community and involvement. Gives one a sense of belonging. They were influenced, they were inspired and influenced Kay and her kids, to move from Brisbane. They followed suit a couple of years later. Found a house at Bonneville with fruit trees, because Mum had to have fruit trees and everything else to survive growing in the backyard. And they loved it. Mum died 10 years ago now, but Dad continues to enjoy that same sense of community and involvement and caring that one gets in a rural location, a sense of belonging which is exemplified in Bonneville, with the services that Bonneville area and Bonneville Servo offer, continue to offer. The area with Adam and Jody at the helm, their family and all their staff go out of their way to assist Dad and serve Dad on his visits to get the papers, fuel, food, post office and a dose of community and social interaction. Our appreciation goes out to all at the Servo, also his neighbours and locals, the men's group he attends, all of whom provide that social contact. Dad's carers via RSL Life Care all provide care with empathy and compassion. Em and all the carers go that extra mile. Thank you. We paid a visit this week to Dr. Jeremy Allen for Dad's 100th year service checkup. Change of filters, fuel oil, kick a few tyres. Thank you, Dr. Jeremy. We certainly appreciate your professional high level of care and appreciate your grace and humour thrown in with your care pack. It takes a community to provide an environment where a person remain and live at home, plus their own personal health, of course, to reach this huge milestone in his and our lives. We greatly appreciate all your interactions with Dad, no matter how small or infrequent it may be, because it all adds up. Again, it takes community, the broader the better, to keep anyone socially, mentally, physically healthy. Thank you all. Happy 100th, Dad, to the only centenarian I know. May you enjoy many more years to come. Could we have a toast to David on his happy birthday, 100 years young.
Thank you, Arnold. And Greg, the book, have you got the end of the book yet?
The chapter and book is closed.
A page out of your book, Dad.
The chapter's closed.
So now we're going to cut the cake. Oh, where's the cake?
Just throw out the line.
Well, actually, this is a good time to do this. We organise the cake to come out. Okay. So Dad's received many cards, and as he said before, all the post has been really busy this week. And I found this one this morning, so I thought I'd just bring it in. Should have probably brought all of them.
Talking to the mic.
This is, yeah, is it? Oh well. Hopefully you can all hear us, but this is from Di, Jason and their family. Di is a lady involved in the 2nd Machine Gun Battalion Association in Sydney. So I just thought I'd read this out. To Dave, wishing you a fabulous birthday. You have been an inspiration to me and Jason and Jet during the time we have known you, which has been over 20 years now. Except Jet, as he is only 18, but he has known you all of his life. Congratulations on being last man standing and reaching 100. Wishing you continual health and a very happy birthday. With love, Di, Jason, Jet and family. So maybe we were going to go on and, you know what they say, best laid plans? We were going to go on and do the cake now, but I'm sure they haven't lost it because it's massive. Okay, it's all right. We can ad lib and have fun in between.
You can do a dance.
Okay. Or I could just keep waffling because I just.
No, you've had enough waffling.
It's like telling what to do and how to do it and when to do it all the time. That's right. Okay. Thank you, daughter. Now, yes, as I said, we were going to go to the cake and then open the floor to anyone that would like to say a few words. Is anyone? Pressure's on now. And actually... Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, hang on.
Got one up, so...
That's right, we were going to walk around and put the microphone out, but thank you, Jared.
That's okay, I can stand up. I'm good for the boom box. David, obviously, thank you very much for the invite into me and my family. We came a few years ago, but we've missed the last couple of years. I often get asked to speak or do references to things, and I'm usually a big person for writing stuff down. But David, I really wanted to say this from the heart to make sure it was sincere and genuine coming across. I first met you when I was privileged enough to witness the final days of Nan, when she was quite unwell. And what I witnessed there was this very kind, compassionate and loving gentleman, which I've then since taken on as a patient myself since then. And David, it's been a real privilege. I look forward to our appointments, which due to a little bit of a heart scare recently have been a bit more frequent. And David, as you can imagine, has rock star status in our medical centre. Not only do I love him, but my girls, my staff, all know him by first name and genuinely look forward to him coming in. So David, my final point would be what you touched on at the end of your speech as well, which is the key to your longevity. And I was lucky enough to work in the UK many years ago before I came to Australia, and a study there showed from a group of centurion patients, all over 100, which is exactly what you embody as a commonality of purpose. Getting out of bed every morning with something to do, and those feet hitting the ground before you actually know what they're doing. And good sir, you embody that 100%, which is why I celebrate and wish you the best wishes on your 100th birthday. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. Straight from the heart. The best doctor in Cobbs. This is Cheryl.
Well, that's your opinion.
This is Cheryl. We've come to know Cheryl.
From the club.
That's correct. We've been coming to this club for years. We've had many celebrations here and get-togethers. And of course, Cheryl, when we come here regularly, of course, Cheryl always, we meet and say hello. And she's a wonderful person, so thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. I'd like to congratulate David on his 100th birthday. He was the mentality of a teenager and the smile of a 21st. And as Kate and the family have welcomed me into their family, I hope to be welcomed into yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheryl. You're one of a kind. Now, would anyone else like to, I'm willing to come to you so you don't have that thing of having to come up to the podium. Is there anyone else that would like to say something just thinking? Would you like to come or I'll come to you?
Hooray!
Hayden.
Thank you, Kane. And once again, happy 100th birthday, David.
Thank you, Hayden.
It's been our pleasure, my wife and I, bringing David to this club every Wednesday night. And we really enjoy his company. He's a true gentleman, and I think of David as a father, seeing that I don't have one anymore.
Welcome, brother.
Thank you, son.
Thanks, Dad. No, and I'm sure that everybody else here, feels the same way that we do about David. He's such a nice person. Nothing's too hard for him, and he hasn't told me much about his war story. I did get a little bit a couple of weeks ago. So once again, David, thank you for serving in the army and helping to protect our country. Well done.
Thank you. Hayden.
Thanks very much. And I think the cake is coming.
It's here.
It's here. So enjoy it all. Thank you.
Okay, so we're, just ad-libbing as we go. There is someone up this corner. Okay. Maybe we'll also do the cake, and maybe other people would like to have a think about it. Now, who's? This is Skylar. It's alright. You can actually even, if you've got stage fright, believe me, you want it. You can actually even stay sitting. This is Skylar. My granddaughter, who is my son's daughter. And so Pop's great-granddaughter. Thanks, Judy. Now, Skylar lived in Sydney with my son a lot of years, and Skylar actually has attended a lot of the Anzacs days that you may see. Anyway, I'll pass over to Skylar so that I don't take the stage. Yes, there you are, Skylar.
Happy birthday, Pop, and thank you for everything you've done for us, and thank you for the amazing memories we've had at Anzac Day, and happy 100.
Well done, Sky. Now, come on, any more takers? Ah, there's another hand. We can wait for the cake. This is Georgie, isn't it? From the Bonneville Servo.
Happy birthday, Dave. We just love you coming into the servo every day. You brighten up our days, and I think it's just a two-way street. I'll hand over to Wendy as well to say no. Okay, I'm speaking on behalf of the whole servo. Happy birthday, and your cake is waiting for you.
Okay, all right.